Okay, your girl back. Now we can lighten it up just a little bit. But what I forgot to say in the last video, we were sent to save them. My hair's sticking all over my head. We were there to save them, and they were there to destroy us. And they won. But we got back on track. Okay? We got back with the Most High. They still where they are, okay? Can't save everybody. You can't save an ark, but what they will do is destroy you. They always win. They always win. But if you get back to God, ha! You armored up, and your glow up is that clap, clap back. Okay? You win. You win when you go back to God, then you win. Now let's just get into this topic, okay? We are going to have to go big. We are going to have to go back, and let me explain. And when I say back, it's probably back before your time, back before you were born. But we know about this. That's why it's called history. And that's why you got your family history, and all those things, because you're going to have to go back. Those that grew up with the telephone, those that grew up with the beepers, those that grew up without any of those things, and then those that grew up with the cell phones and the computer and so forth. But the people that grew up with everything that we have now, they grew up without those things, we're going to have to go back to that. We got we got to go back to the telephone book. We got to go way back, way back. We got to go back, y'all. We got to go way back. We got to go back to caveman days, because the future is leading to the past. Well, you just got to go way back to survive the future, if that makes any sense to you guys. So I was talking to somebody today, and she gave me this one because I was just like talking off, the top of my head, and having a nice conversation. And sometimes I know I talk to people from different everythings. And the first thing I said, everybody has their own belief, but let me just tell you about my God. And they're willing to listen. And whether they, agree with my God or not, they understand they're not being rude or disrespectful. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking, and I'm just like, we were talking about the eclipse. And I was just like, this is the time, times, signs and wonders or whatever. And, the world ain't gonna be here forever. Whatever you believe in or whatever you don't believe in, it's just getting to the point that, time is just gonna eventually be up. We're going through a lot right now. And she understood what I was saying. So I was just like, I figured this out. The Holy Spirit spoke to me, and I figured this out years ago. Even the Nog told me about this years ago. And I understand the Narc right now. Because so many things are happening, and they're talking about this is going to happen, the grid going to shut down this, and people are that smart, they're like getting ready for it. They off the grid, just like them people that know things that we don't know with their underground bunkers and going to islands or whatever. But the average person can't do that. But the average person can still survive and have their smart and their wits about things and recruit family members or whatever that's on the same mindset that they are, because you can't go to everybody and telling them this, because they're gonna be thinking you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But when it happens, they're gonna be the ones cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, because they're never gonna have a plan. You're the ant, they're the grasshopper. Okay, hop along, little grasshopper, hop along. When the fan, hop along, little grasshopper, little tiny one. Good luck, little tiny one. Okay? So I was just like, it's getting to the point right now. If you don't got a map, get a map. Keep a map in your glove department, okay? If you don't know how to hunt, if you don't know how to fish, if you don't have these outdoor survival skills, get a book or YouTube it or whatever you got to do to learn these things right now, okay? Because we're going to have to go big from when we started from, when they just invented the wheel. Laughing but not funny. When they invented the wheel, okay? So you're going to have to go back to things, or you're going to have to figure out things that you never thought you would have to encounter. Just like I said in video 3 or whatever in this series, that, you know, we wasn't prepared for the lockdown. So that was the first clue to be prepared for anything. That's why you're going to have to go back. So if they, you know, this wanting to shut down grids or things not working and all this digital money that may or may not work one day or be taken from you, what are you going to do to survive? And do you know how to, you know, survive on what God provided us on this earth that they charge us for? But everything that the Most High provided us was free, but they put a price tag on it. That's why Jesus was flipping over tables. He flipping over tables right now. They didn't bring nothing to the table when he's the table. He gonna turn it up, flip over the table. Okay? And flip. He gonna turn it up and flip over the table because he's able to flip the table. You dig? A lot of people are just like technology or whatever, raise their kids or whatever. When I grew up, we were being taught how to fish, how to hunt. Grandma was proud, so she wasn't gonna do the food stamps. I was proud today. Wish I had some food stamps because that Easter bill was high. But let me get on topic. Grandma was on proud, not pride. On proud, like I'm gonna, you know, utilize what God gave us on this earth. Not pride, okay? So it was things that they had to lie to us as kids. Now we wouldn't do no Beverly Hillbillies, Clampett meals or nothing like that. We're not eating squirrels or whatever that. But whatever they caught would be dinner. Fish, whatever they caught, turtle, whatever they caught. But they didn't give us, you know, the things that kids would be totally grossed out about or whatever. But like I said, it wasn't no Beverly Hillbilly thing or whatever. But those skills stuck with me. And then this is my mom's mom. This is my mom's maternal side of the family. And then on my dad's side of the family, they did those things too. But they also incorporated a gardening with that. Because my grandmother on my father's side had way more kids. So each one of them had a job. It was kind of black Amishes, mixed Amishes, because we got a little bit going on there. And everybody learned it. But what happened was they didn't pass the torch. They didn't pass that part on to us, even though we were living in the city. They still, you know, we saw, lucky that I was, and me and my brother, my grandmother was alive. Well, we did pick it up because we just watched her do it. She didn't force us to do anything or whatever. And I never had a green thumb. But right around the OVIC and the lockdown, that's when I started creating my green thumb. And so that family legacy was coming out of me, okay? So back to what I was saying. You better get a map. You better get some books. You better learn this. You better learn that. Because they have a plan. They have a plan, and you have to be prepared for that plan. Remember I was telling you guys that the devil is doing the distractions, hocus pocus over here, pulling the rabbit out the hat over here. That's social media. That's the internet. That's all this cray-cray that's going on to keep you focused over there so that they can be prepared for what's really to come and don't want you to be prepared, okay? That part. And not wanting you to be prepared. God gave me this today. I didn't know that this was part of my mission. I know now, okay? So, now here's my LOL. Try to get through this. I ain't even opened my mouth yet. So I'm talking to this lady, and she's of another culture. And I love that she understood everything that I was saying, because we both was laughing. So when I, started talking about the map or whatever, I was like, yeah, because, when they shut it all down, you got a map or whatever, and you got to get to, the people that got skills, or get to your family or whatever, and, you can't call them, and you got to get to where they are, so you got a map. And that's like, if you ain't got a map, you gotta follow the sun or whatever, or get a compass or whatever. And if you really into your culture, whatever your culture may be. Now, if you start to smell burritos, to follow the smell so you can get back to your Mexican family. You start smelling Chinese rice, how to follow the smell to get back to your people. You start smelling some soul food, how to follow the smell to get to your people. The undersmell undersmell railroad. And she started laughing. I'm like, yeah, this is the undersmell railroad, where you got to get back to, your people and get back safe from all this stuff that's going on right now. And she started laughing and whatever. I'm just like, look, where I'm at right now, I know every place got an option, but we're going to talk about the cold, the heat, wherever you are. I was just like, you going to have to start getting books, learning like, can you cook there? Is this bird safe to eat? 50 ways to cook a gator. Is this berry safe to eat? Like, you're going to have to start getting so creative. You're going to have to start figuring it out. And you can probably go have to get with other cultures that know the answers to all these things and whatever, because it's going to get like that, whether you're in the cold or whether you're in a warmer place or climate or in the middle or whatever. You're going to have to learn which thing that you can go out there to make dinner, okay? And not poison your damn self, okay? It's going to get that bad. It's gonna get that bad. I'm just like, I ain't trying to sound racist, but look, if you smell the beef pies, you better get over there, because it's taking you back to Jamaica. Curry chicken. You better go over to India. Now, curry chicken might confuse a couple of y'all. Y'all might go the wrong way. The underground smell railroad. You're gonna have to learn how to figure it out. And you can use the tools that they're using and they have used. You better go watch. Look, ask God to forgive you and block out this part, but you might gotta go back and watch a couple of episodes of Decade in the Frame. You might gotta go back and watch a couple of episodes of Survivor. Fear Factor. You're gonna have to go back and probably watch a couple of those things. But right now, the best thing that you can have is a physical thing, which is books or very knowledgeable people or whatever. You about to have some friends from every culture. That's all I got to say. Okay, if you're not gonna know what animals that's gonna be prey for dinner, you're gonna be prey for dinner. You get me? Okay, and you better pray before dinner. Man, I'm like, God was just showing me things, and I'm just, putting it out there my way, hoping that it's helping so that you guys can resonate or whatever. But I was just like, about to get a compass. I'm about to know which way the sun set and the moon rise. You're literally going to have to live off the land. And they got all this technology and all this stuff that's so easy, where it's trying to dumb us up so that we don't know nothing, and we're not using our common sense and our smarts, and we're relying on technology and them and all that to survive. When are you going to get your own survival skills? You survive the knock. They're going to be the ones at the bottom. They're going to be the bottom feeders, right? They're going to be the ones that try to catch a fish. Catfishing you to catch the fish. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. And then you got to be careful, because you might be signing up a knock to be on your team because they don't got no skills at all, but they got skills at being a knock, okay? You better wise up, use your holy glasses. Pop them holy lenses in. This is the year of exposure. And it's not just exposing people. It's not just exposing narcs. It's exposing everything. Be prepared. Now, I'm going to look down real quick. And I think I just covered it. I just went through these series, y'all. It was supposed to be a certain amount of time. But look, Holy Spirit just said, go. Lights, camera, action, go. And so I might do another one. I might do another one that just pretty much explains the one that I said was triggering. That was very, 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 very triggering. Because when I told you guys that the Most High was writing my future through my talents and gifts that he blessed me with, if I do this next one, I'm going to show y'all how he did it. And that triggering video is connected to that. So watch the triggering video, then watch this next one. That I was in the future, in the past. But don't let this future mess up your future and not go back to the past when needed. I was wondering what the hell I was going with that, but I think it just made sense. Be blessed. But seriously, don't let this future make you forget the past because you may need it.